don't care. Rape, murder, and genocide?
Shut him down, Mr. Mayor.
Rape, murder,
Shut him down, Mr. Mayor.
Rape, murder, and genocide?
An extremely long and, as you saw there, emotional meeting tonight at Lynchburg City Hall. You just heard a tense moment that played out in that meeting.
Yeah, the main frustration that really upset many people was a comment made by Vice Mayor Kurt Deemer on social media. We do want to warn you that some of what you're about to hear may be triggering for some of you. ABC 13's Hayden Robertson joins us now live tonight from City Hall as the meeting really wrapped up just a short time ago. Hayden.
Pat and Noreen, I spoke to several people who were outside of City Hall after the meeting, some of them calling this, quote, a circus, and some of them even saying, quote, political theater. Now, a lot of them were here in response to a Facebook post that Vice Mayor Deemer had referring to a commenter on a certain redistricting referendum. Take a look here. This is a screenshot from Dr. Beth White, who was responding to him on social media. She was talking about how state officials told city officials not to file that lawsuit on redistricting. Vice Mayor Deemer responded by writing, quote, waiting till a rapist is done is not the best option. Dr. White came before City Council tonight and addressed him publicly.
What kind of garbage is going into your mind and heart so that the first thing you think of regarding political decisions is sexual assault? You owe an apology to every survivor of sexual assault in this city.
Risa Hayes, who lives in the city, also got up and shared this comment, saying that this is not a joking matter and that she is also a survivor of rape.
Despite it being over 15 years, I still remember the feeling. I still know the feeling of his sweat touching my skin. This isn't a joke, and it's not funny.
Councilwoman Stephanie Reed motioned to remove Vice Mayor Kurt Deemer from an inaugural trip to Chicago on the new Lynchburg airport route that taxpayers were funding for him and the mayor because many people were frustrated. After much debate, the motion failed, and Vice Mayor Deemer spoke directly to the crowd and also shared an apology.
I humbly apologize if anybody was offended by any of the words I've used, but they were all about an election, not a sexual act. Never was a sexual thing. But I definitely wanted to make a point about an illegal, unconstitutional election. And I understand that certain people don't like being compared to criminals. I get it. I expect that kind of opposition. I didn't expect it from people I call friends and colleagues who oppose this election as well. But I'll choose my words more wisely next time, Mr. Mayor, I assure you.
Following his statement, Dr. Beth White shared publicly that she accepted his apology and that they would move forward. We're going to have more coverage on this starting at 5 a.m. on Good Morning Virginia. Reporting live in front of City Hall, Hayden Robertson, ABC 13 News.